Welcome back to the Observable Unknown. For tonight's Mailbag Installment, a letter comes to us from a listener writing in Spanish. My English translation will follow the original. Estimado Dr. Rey, le escribo porque tengo un problema muy particular. No soy del lugar donde vivo ahora y me da miedo que mi permanencia aquí pueda verse amenazada. Estoy en una relación con un hombre al que realmente no termino de comprender y no sé si va a quedarse conmigo porque a veces la relación se siente muy inestable. Creo que a su hijo pequeño le caigo bien y yo también le tengo mucho cariño, pero me siento muy insegura, no solo por mis circunstancias personales, sino también por la relación en sí. Mi hermana Quirenia me dice que siempre debo ser cautelosa, pero yo siento que, si no me entrego por completo a mi relación, a mi trabajo y a mi futuro, las cosas nunca saldrán bien para mí. ¿Debería confiar en este hombre aunque en realidad no sepa mucho sobre él? ¿Y debería hacer algo para sentirme más segura respecto a mi situación aquí? Siempre me preocupa la posibilidad de tener que regresar a mi país, que en estos momentos está atravesando una situación muy difícil. Muchos de mis familiares no tienen electricidad ni comida suficiente, así que sé que lo mejor para mí es permanecer aquí en Estados Unidos. Aún así, vivo con la sensación constante de que mi salida del país podría ocurrir en cualquier momento. A veces incluso pienso que si el hombre con el que estoy deja de quererme, podría hacer algo para que me deportaran. Y no puedo imaginar nada peor que eso. Supongo que lo que realmente estoy pidiendo es ayuda con mi ansiedad. Jaja, es una historia larga, pero lucho mucho con ella y me hace preocuparme por todo. Besos, Katy SF. Dear Dr. Ray, I write in with a unique problem. I'm not from where I live now, and I'm scared that my living here might be threatened. I'm in a relationship with a man who I don't really understand, and I don't really know if he's going to stay with me because sometimes the relationship feels really unstable. I think his little boy likes me, and I'm very fond of him too, but I just feel very insecure, not only because of my circumstances, but because of the relationship. My sister, Kirenia, tells me that I should always be careful, but I believe that if I don't throw myself completely into my relationship and my job and my future, then things won't pan out for me. Should I trust this man even though I don't really know much about him at all? And should I do something to make sure that I feel safer about living here? I always worry that I might have to go back to my home, which right now is going through a very hard time. Many of my relatives don't have electricity or food to eat, so I know that it's in my best interests to stay here in America. But I always feel like my removal is at the very next moment. Sometimes I even think that if the man I'm with doesn't like me anymore, he'll do something to have me removed, and I can't imagine anything worse than that. I guess what I'm really asking for is help with my anxiety, haha. It's a long story, but I struggle with it, and it makes me worry so much. Kisses, Katie SF. Dear Katie, the first thing I want you to hear is this. You're not describing a relationship problem. You're not even describing an immigration problem. You're describing a safety problem. And those are not the same thing. When human beings feel safe, uncertainty becomes manageable. When human beings feel unsafe, uncertainty becomes unbearable. The mind begins scanning constantly. What if this happens? What if I lose him? What if I lose my job or my home? What if I have to go back? What if everything falls apart? And eventually the nervous system stops asking questions and starts living inside of them. One of the most important observations in psychology is that anxiety rarely attaches itself to the actual source of fear. Instead, it attaches itself to whatever feels most immediate. A person fears abandonment. The anxiety attaches to a text message. A person fears failure. The anxiety might attach to a meeting or a coaching session. A person fears instability. That anxiety will attach to a relationship. In your case, I suspect the relationship is carrying far more weight than the relationship itself, because it has become symbolically connected to safety, not merely romantic safety, but existential safety. If this man leaves, what happens? If this relationship changes, what happens? If circumstances shift, what really happens? Notice how quickly the mind begins racing, beyond the relationship itself. The relationship has become attached to housing, to belonging, permanence, identity, and survival. Survival fears create very powerful distortions, because once survival enters the equation, uncertainty no longer feels uncomfortable. It feels positively catastrophic. You asked whether you should trust this man. I would offer a different question. Not, should I trust him, but instead, what evidence exists that trust is warranted? Trust isn't hope, and it isn't desire either. It's not loneliness. It's not fear of alternatives. Trust is the gradual accumulation of evidence, nothing more and nothing less. You mentioned that you don't know him particularly well. Then don't force certainty where certainty has not yet earned the right to exist. Let the relationship reveal itself. Observe, listen, pay attention. People tell us who they are repeatedly. The difficulty is that fear often pressures us to make decisions before enough information has arrived. Your sister's caution may not be entirely wrong, but neither is your desire to invest in your future. The challenge is finding the middle path between fear and desperation, between guardedness and surrender. There's an old saying that my abuela used to say to me, I would like to offer to you now. No confundas el amor con el refugio. Don't confuse love with shelter. Love may provide shelter, but it can't become the entire foundation upon which your sense of safety rests, because then the relationship begins carrying a weight no relationship can reliably sustain. This is where practical action becomes important. Anxiety always grows larger in the absence of structure. The nervous system calms when options increase. So rather than asking, what if everything falls apart? Instead ask, if things became difficult, what would I actually do? Who would I call? Where could I go? What resources exist? What legal information am I capable of gathering? And what support networks can I strengthen? Every concrete answer weakens anxiety's grip, because anxiety thrives on vagueness. I also want you to notice something else. You laugh in the letter. Supongo que lo que realmente estoy pidiendo es ayuda con mi ansiedad. Jaja. Many anxious people do this. They apologize for their fear. They minimize it. They make it smaller than it really is. But anxiety deserves neither shame nor ridicule. It deserves understanding, because anxiety is often the nervous system attempting to protect us from pain it cannot fully predict. The goal isn't eliminating anxiety. The goal is helping anxiety return to its proper size. And that happens through evidence. Evidence of competence, of resilience, evidence that even if uncertainty arrives, you'll remain capable of meeting it. You don't need certainty about the future. No human being has that. You need enough trust in yourself to survive what the future brings. And those are extremely different things. If this mailbag settled somewhere quietly inside of you, make that known. Leave a rating or a review. Not for validation, not for recognition, but for signal. So steadiness reaches places where fear has mistaken uncertainty for catastrophe. Until next time, remember, you don't become what you feel, you become what you return to, and what you return to returns as you. No te conviertes en lo que sientes, te conviertes en aquello a lo que vuelves, y aquello a lo que vuelves vuelve como tú.